So what I'll try to do is a little bit of theory crafting. We'll do a leveling build, then transition to a mid game. I'm think that'll be enough for this morning. So the thoughts are on the leveling build. Is it really everything that you come across to do your chest, pants, boots, weapons, amulets from 1 to 60 is certainly from 1 to 35. You're not worried about whatever you put in there as long as it's better than what you've got. But what you are interested in is the skill tree. So what we'll do is I'll give you my thoughts on populating the skill tree. Now, one of the best leveling builds is the Hydra. It really does just make a lot of things easy. So how do we get down to the Hydra to begin with? Well, we've got 12 points when we first start the game. So you can put down pretty much anything here, but I'm going to put into Arclash. And I'm going to put it into flickering as opposed to glinting, because we're wanting more damage. The flickering Arclash, if you read, Arclash gains 5 mana if your swipe hits at least one enemy. When you hit 3 or more or a boss, your next swipe also deals 50% more damage. In the glinting, it's about reducing your cooldown. So we're not really after reducing our cooldowns for this particular build. Looking at our core skills, there's nothing here that we really need to equip for the leveling. Not now for sure. So we need to put enough points to be able to come down into the and open up our defensives. In our defensives, we can still run ice armor, and I would say we can put it into mystical, because the mystical is we do increased damage. So we still need a couple of more points to put into something. We don't really need any Frost Nova, but what we are going to do is put them into teleports. And for the teleport, we'll have the crackling energy. Yeah. So now we come down into which, and we can take the Hydras, because it just makes a lot more sense. And we'll take the invoked. So we need one more point to come down. And I'm thinking familiars, enhanced, and the increased damage. Well, actually, we don't need that quite yet. We can put 1 point into the Arclash, because then that opens up our next. Now we will eventually transform, whatever, into ball lightning, but we don't need ball lightning right now. So we do need to open up these couple. So we'll take into static discharge, and then into shocking impact. And we still need 3 more points. So we'll come up and have a look at some defensives. No. will take damage. And for here, for our, we don't really need Inferno this time. We'll go for Unstable Currents and into Supreme, because we're wanting the crackling energy. Coursing Currents, so shock skills, increase the crit strike chance. Yep. Shock skills. And we want to pick up into our overflowing energy. So now we've still got a lot of points to put into defensives and into offensive. We will take the familiar down into invoked. Now what can we take? We'll take some potent warding, because we do want the resistances, that's for sure. And we're not really into any core skills here. Crit strike chance of a 7% to do your defensives. Energy focus, a barrier for your max life. And this is just for defensives. And again, we'll take the defensives. Primordial Binding is a bit of a necessity, as is Mana Shield. And then let's have a look. We don't really need too much. We're not running any core skills. Although I'm just wondering if we can put maybe Fireball. Yeah, we'll take that into the... Because remember, this is a leveling build. This is not our end game build. We'll take one into Invigorating. And a bit of damage reduction here. We have a Frost skill on our bar. Which is the Ice Armor. We'll take them into Permafrost. And we'll take 5 into Unstable Currents. And there we have it. Now, will this be perfect? Probably not. Is this what I'm going to run to begin with? Yeah. So I think we've got a decent balance between defense and offense. And then our defensives, we will be running ice armor. And then we can put in enchantments. I think for enchantment, I think it would be good for meteor, fireball, and the teleport. There we go. Fireball and teleport. So for skills, we do need ice armor, and we have Hydra. So I, right now, using Hydra on the third button. You can put it wherever you actually feel it more comfortable, but I have it on the third button, so I have the number 3 and my space bar as the evade, so it's 3 spacebar, 3 spacebar, 3 spacebar. That's how I've run it so far. And we will have a little bit of unstable currents. Is our, and the last one, where is the ice armor? No ice armor. No ice shards. No, it's not ice shards that I'm after, is it? Ice blades. But I didn't put anything into ice blades, so what I'm going to do is just take one away and put it into ice blades. I'm not going to take any into the summons or anything like this, just one into the ice blades. It is going to be good enough. And I think that's how I'm going to run the leveling. We don't have anything in Paragon boards, but for your mercenary, I'm going to take right here. And anytime, I would say, provoke, when he's actually going to do the arch. And I will save this build. And save. So what are we going to call this? I'm not going to call it anything in particular. Now, I have deliberately left these empty because you'll be filling them up as quickly as you possibly can. You won't have any perks. And to be honest with you, you're changing stuff in and out so quickly, you're not going to be really worried about this too much. So we'll leave it at that for now. And this is how I'm going to run my leveling. If you've enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe. Thank you.